What if the most innocent-looking aisle in your grocery store, a place of comforting familiarity and culinary promise, holds a devastating secret that could methodically and silently steal precious years from your life? It sounds like the dramatic opening of a suspense film, a plot twist designed to create a sense of unease. But for the overwhelming majority of adults over the age of 60, a demographic representing more than 85% of whom regularly enjoy cheese as a staple of their diet, this is not fiction, but a terrifying and scientifically substantiated reality. There exists a fundamental mistake, a seemingly trivial error in judgment that nearly every single one of them is making. A simple choice at the refrigerated case between two products that appear, to the untrained eye, to be functionally and nutritionally identical. This single repeated choice, made week after week, could be quietly and insidiously doubling their risk of a catastrophic heart attack, transforming a source of pleasure into a potent catalyst for cardiovascular disaster. The most shocking and perhaps frustrating part of this entire scenario is that the solution, the key to circumventing this danger, is not some exotic, expensive, or hard-to-find specialty item. It is right there on the very same shelf, hiding in plain sight, often costing no more than its hazardous counterpart, waiting to be chosen by an informed consumer. This is a truth that has been systematically buried under decades of clever, multi-billion-dollar marketing campaigns and a pervasive fog of nutritional misinformation. A fog that has confused even the most health-conscious individuals and led generations down a path of unwitting self-sabotage. You are about to be granted access to a body of knowledge that has been deliberately obscured and largely kept from public discourse, a truth that challenges the very foundation of what we believe to be healthy eating. The cheese section, with its comforting array of familiar shapes and colorful labels, its promise of rich flavors and satisfying textures, is, in fact, a veritable minefield of hidden dangers, a landscape where a wrong step can have dire consequences for your long-term health and vitality. We are not dealing in the realm of hearsay, anecdotal evidence, or fleeting dietary fads. This is a discussion rooted in cold, hard, peer-reviewed science that reveals with chilling clarity how certain widely consumed cheeses can dramatically slash your chances of reaching your 80th birthday by a staggering 40%. The data is uncompromising, and the conclusions are stark. The number one worst offender, a cheese so ubiquitous and seemingly benign that you have almost certainly consumed it within the last week without a flicker of concern, could be actively, at this very moment, skyrocketing your risk of a debilitating stroke. In the comprehensive exploration that follows, we will pull back the curtain of corporate spun illusion and expose the 4 specific types of cheese that you must, for the sake of your health and longevity, kick out of your refrigerator for good. More importantly, we will then illuminate the path forward, revealing the 4 delicious, life-extending cheeses you need to embrace. Cheeses that not only delight the palate, but actively work to heal your body from within. This is the critical information you were never meant to hear, a nutritional revelation that could very well be the single most important discovery you ever make for safeguarding your future health. The cheeses that heal. Let's begin our journey of discovery not in the realm of restriction, but in the world of abundance, with a cheese that is less of a simple dairy product and more of a functional superfood in a profoundly delicious disguise. When a wheel of authentic Dutch Gouda is granted the gift of time, left to age patiently for a period of at least 18 months, and often for several years, a remarkable and beautiful transformation occurs on a deep molecular level. This alchemical process of maturation turns it from a simple, pleasant snack into a verifiable nutritional powerhouse. The extended aging process works like a slow, natural form of digestion, patiently breaking down the complex, long-chain casein proteins into smaller, more elegant, and highly digestible compounds known as peptides. As we get older, our digestive systems often become less robust, and our ability to produce the necessary enzymes to break down the proteins found in fresh dairy can decline, leading to bloating, discomfort, and inflammation. With a properly aged Gouda, however, this crucial work has already been done for you by time and beneficial microbes. The proteins are essentially pre-digested, allowing for effortless absorption of their constituent amino acids and enabling your body to reap the full spectrum of benefits without any digestive strain. The real magic, however, the secret that elevates aged Gouda to the pantheon of life-extending foods, lies in a little-known and criminally underrated nutrient that could quite literally save your life: vitamin K2, specifically in its most potent form, MK7. Most people, including many health professionals, have never even heard of it, yet its role in the human body is nothing short of monumental. Think of vitamin K2 as a highly intelligent and diligent traffic director for all the calcium you consume from your diet and supplements. In a body deficient in K2, this calcium floats aimlessly in the bloodstream, eventually depositing itself onto the soft tissues of your arteries, where it forms dangerous, hardening plaques. This process, known as arterial calcification, is a primary driver of atherosclerosis, high blood pressure, and ultimately heart attacks and strokes. Vitamin K2, however, grabs this rogue calcium by the hand and meticulously escorts it directly to your bones and teeth, the very places it is desperately needed to build strength and density, thereby preventing osteoporosis while simultaneously cleaning out your arteries. Landmark Japanese and Dutch studies, including the famous Rotterdam study, have confirmed that individuals with the highest dietary intake of vitamin K2 have up to 50% less arterial calcification and a significantly lower risk of dying from heart disease. Just a single 1-ounce serving of authentic long-aged Gouda can provide more of this life-saving vitamin than most people get in an entire week of eating a standard Western diet. Furthermore, the extensive aging process results in the near-total elimination of lactose as it is consumed by the beneficial bacteria, making it a perfect and safe choice for the vast majority of individuals with dairy sensitivities. This process also creates a host of other beneficial compounds, including butyrate, which nourishes the cells of your colon, and probiotics that support a healthy gut microbiome, which in turn reduces systemic inflammation and can even improve your mood and cognitive function. Next, we must pay homage to a true Italian masterpiece, an edible work of art crafted using ancient methods that have remained virtuously unchanged for nearly a millennium. It is essential to forget the powdery, sawdust-like substance shaken from a green cardboard can, which is often bulked up with alarming amounts of wood pulp, cellulose, and chemical preservatives. We are talking about true Parmigiano Reggiano, a cheese so revered that its name and production are protected by law. This is not just cheese, it is an edible multivitamin that happens to taste absolutely divine, with a complex, nutty, and savory flavor that is unparalleled. The lengthy, legally mandated aging process, which must last a minimum of 12 months but often extends to 24, 32, or even 40 months, does far more than just develop its incredible depth of flavor. It creates a nutritional profile that is almost unbelievable in its density and bioavailability. A single 1-ounce serving of this magnificent cheese packs a robust 10 grams of protein, but it is the quality and digestibility of this protein that is so profoundly astounding. Much like aged Gouda, the protein in Parmesan is essentially pre-digested by the prolonged aging, breaking it down into free amino acids that are absorbed directly and efficiently by the body, making it incredibly easy for even the most sensitive stomachs to handle and utilize for tissue repair and muscle maintenance. The calcium content in real Parmigiano Reggiano is simply off the charts, containing more of this vital mineral per ounce than a full 8-ounce glass of milk. But unlike isolated calcium supplements or even milk, the calcium in this cheese comes perfectly packaged by nature with its synergistic partners, phosphorus and magnesium. This creates a powerful trio that allows for nearly 100% bioavailability, meaning your body can absorb and use virtually all of the mineral for building strong bones, rather than having it circulate uselessly or dangerously in the bloodstream. This cheese is also a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids in perfect proportion, rivaling the nutritional quality of a piece of high-quality steak. It is naturally and completely lactose-free, and it contains fascinating biologically active peptides and compounds called casomorphins, which have a mild calming effect on the central nervous system and have been shown to help reduce anxiety and promote a deeper, more restful sleep. For a truly authentic and beneficial experience, it is best to purchase it in a wedge and break it into small, crystalline chunks rather than grating it, a method that preserves its delicate texture and volatile flavor compounds. Enjoying a small piece after a meal, as the Italians have done for centuries, can aid digestion and provide a perfect, non-bloating, and deeply satisfying protein boost to cap off your day. The word raw, when applied to food, might sound intimidating or even risky to some, but when it comes to the world of cheese, it is the secret password that unlocks a hidden treasure trove of profound health benefits that are systematically destroyed by modern industrial processing. When a high-quality cheddar is made from the raw, unpasteurized milk of 100% grass-fed cows and then aged for at least 60 days, a legal requirement in the United States that naturally eliminates any potential harmful pathogens, a whole world of vibrant nutrition is preserved and even enhanced. The industrial process of pasteurization, which involves heating milk to high temperatures, while effective at killing bad bacteria, is an indiscriminate killer. It also completely obliterates the delicate and beneficial enzymes such as phosphatase and lipase that your body desperately needs to properly digest dairy and absorb its full spectrum of fat-soluble vitamins and minerals. Raw cheddar, by contrast, keeps these vital enzymes fully intact, essentially providing your digestive system with the very tools it needs to do its job effectively, preventing the inflammation and discomfort often associated with dairy consumption. The source of the milk is of paramount importance. Because the cows are grazing on their natural diet of living, green pasture, their milk is fundamentally and biochemically superior to that of their grain-fed, factory-farmed counterparts. Grass-fed raw cheddar contains up to 5 times more conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a remarkable fatty acid that has been extensively studied and is renowned for its ability to help reduce stubborn body fat, powerfully fight systemic inflammation, and even exhibit anti-cancer properties. It is also loaded with a healthy balance of omega-3 fatty acids, creating an anti-inflammatory powerhouse that combats disease at a fundamental cellular level, calming the chronic inflammatory fires that drive aging and chronic illness. The vitamin profile of this cheese is nothing short of astounding, being exceptionally rich in the most usable natural forms of vitamin A, retinol for vision and immune function, vitamin D3 for bone health and mood regulation, and the most potent artery-clearing form of vitamin K2. Unlike pasteurized cheeses, which are sterile and inert, raw cheddar is a living food, teeming with dozens of unique strains of beneficial probiotics that survive the journey to your intestines. These microbes colonize your gut, bolstering your immune system, nourishing the cells of your colon, manufacturing B vitamins, and even improving your mental clarity and mood through the intricate communication network known as the gut-brain axis. Crowning our esteemed list of life-giving, health-promoting cheeses is the magnificent and authentic Swiss Gruyere. This cheese, when sourced correctly, arguably represents the most complete and synergistic package of nutrition, digestibility, and profound research-backed health benefits that you can possibly find in the dairy world. True, traditional Gruyere can only be made from the raw milk of cows that spend their summers grazing on the lush, biodiverse, high-altitude alpine meadows of Switzerland. This unique and varied diet, consisting of hundreds of different species of wild grasses, herbs, and flowers, creates a cheese with a nutritional and flavor profile so complex and unique that scientists are still in the process of uncovering all of its incredible benefits. The special bacterial cultures used in its creation, specifically Propionibacterium freudenreichii, produce a remarkable compound called propionic acid during the aging process. This short-chain fatty acid, which is also produced by our own healthy gut bacteria, has been shown in numerous scientific studies to actively lower LDL cholesterol, significantly reduce systemic inflammation, promote a healthy gut environment, and may even help prevent the growth of certain cancers, particularly colon cancer. Furthermore, Gruyere contains the highest levels of glutathione precursors of any cheese studied. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant, a critically essential molecule for cellular detoxification, protecting your DNA from damage, quenching free radicals, and recycling other antioxidants like vitamin C and E. Our natural production of glutathione plummets as we age, leaving us vulnerable to oxidative stress, the primary driver of the aging process. The specific amino acids cysteine, glycine, and glutamine found in abundance in Gruyere, provide the direct raw materials your body needs to naturally boost its own glutathione production, effectively helping to turn back your cellular clock. The traditional 12-month aging process breaks down its proteins so effectively that your body can absorb them directly and with minimal effort, providing a high-quality source of protein essential for maintaining precious muscle mass as you age, a process known as combating sarcopenia. In fact, Swiss studies have demonstrated that elderly individuals who consume Gruyere regularly preserve muscle mass and physical function far better than those relying on other protein sources. To top it all off, it even contains specific peptides that act as natural ACE inhibitors, compounds that have been shown to gently and naturally lower blood pressure, making it one of the rare cheeses that is genuinely and actively good for your heart. Shall the cheeses that harm. Now, with a heavy heart but a firm commitment to the truth, we must turn our attention to the dark side of the dairy aisle, the shadowy corners where convenience, low cost, and clever marketing mask a host of insidious health hazards. Towering at the top of this list of nutritional villains are those individually wrapped, perfectly uniform, and unnaturally orange slices of cheese product. While they may be undeniably convenient for a quick sandwich or a cheeseburger, they represent a nutritional nightmare of the highest order. These processed squares of pliable food-like substance often contain less than 50% actual cheese. The remainder, the bulk of the product, is a horrifying and unappetizing cocktail of water, cheap and highly inflammatory vegetable oils like soybean or canola, oil, emulsifying salts, artificial colors to mimic the look of real cheddar, and most alarmingly, industrial chemicals like sodium phosphates. These phosphate additives have been directly and unequivocally linked in scientific literature to accelerated aging, severe and irreversible kidney damage, and a significantly increased risk of cardiovascular disease by promoting vascular calcification. Just 2 of these flimsy, plastic-like slices can bombard your delicate system with over 600 milligrams of sodium, but it is a form of processed additive sodium that is far more biologically damaging than the sodium chloride found in regular table salt. The emulsifiers themselves, such as polysorbate 80 and carrageenan, which are used to create that unnaturally smooth plastic-like melt and prevent oil separation, have been shown in multiple studies to aggressively disrupt the delicate mucus lining of your gut. This disruption contributes directly to a condition known as leaky gut or increased intestinal permeability. This allows undigested food particles, bacterial endotoxins, and other inflammatory molecules to leak from your intestines directly into your bloodstream, triggering a constant, low-grade, body-wide inflammatory response, which is now understood to be the root cause of countless chronic health problems, from debilitating joint pain and persistent brain fog to aggressive autoimmune conditions. These products are not food, they are a chemical charade, offering virtually zero nutritional value while actively and systematically harming your body from the inside out with every single bite. Any cheese product that can sit on a grocery store shelf unrefrigerated for months or even years at a time without spoiling should be a massive screaming red flag to any discerning consumer. These cheese spreads, dips, and sauces, often sold in jars or pressurized cans, are cheese in name only. They are triumphs of food engineering, not culinary craftsmanship, composed primarily of modified food starch to create bulk and texture, unhealthy and highly inflammatory industrial seed oils, and a frighteningly long list of chemical preservatives, artificial flavor enhancers, and stabilizers. To achieve that perpetually spreadable texture and that unnaturally long shelf life, any shred of nutritional value that the original dairy component may have once possessed is utterly and completely destroyed through high heat processing and chemical manipulation. The product is rendered nutritionally void, a source of empty calories and toxic additives. Worse still, many of these shelf-stable spreads contain partially hydrogenated oils, which are the primary and most dangerous source of artificial trans fats. This is a substance so definitively and catastrophically linked to heart disease, inflammation, and cellular dysfunction that it has been banned outright in many developed countries. Even in versions that proudly claim to be trans fat free on the label, a regulatory loophole allows them to contain up to 0.5 grams per serving. Manufacturers often use other chemically altered fats and intrasterified fats that are suspected by many researchers to be just as harmful to our cardiovascular systems. The sodium content is astronomical astronomical, often weaponized to mask the lack of real flavor. And many of these products hide monosodium glutamate, MSG, under vague, deceptive labels like natural flavoring or yeast extract to trigger powerful cravings and encourage overconsumption. Perhaps most insidiously, these spreads are frequently packaged in soft, plastic tubs or containers, from which endocrine-disrupting chemicals like phthalates and BPA can leach directly into the fatty product over its long shelf life. This makes a simple jar of cheese spread a truly toxic cocktail that bombards your body simultaneously with inflammatory fats, excessive sodium, brain-disrupting excitotoxins, and potential hormone disruptors. This next offender may come as a genuine shock to many health-conscious home cooks, but reaching for that incredibly convenient bag of pre-shredded cheese is consistently one of the worst choices you can make in the dairy aisle. The fundamental issue is not one of laziness or culinary purity. It is about the host of unlisted and undesirable ingredients that are added to that bag to maintain the product's appearance and shelf life. In order to prevent the individual shreds of cheese from clumping together into a single gooey and unsellable mass, manufacturers coat them liberally with anti-caking agents. The most common of these is cellulose, which is quite literally refined wood pulp. While the FDA deems it safe for consumption in limited quantities, this indigestible fiber serves no nutritional purpose, can cause significant digestive distress, bloating, and gas in sensitive individuals, and more importantly, it coats the individual cheese particles. This coating prevents them from melting properly into a smooth, creamy sauce and physically interferes with your body's ability to access and absorb whatever limited nutrients might be left in the cheese itself. Beyond the wood pulp, many brands of pre-shredded cheese are also treated with a potent antifungal agent called natamycin. While its use is approved by regulatory bodies, it is crucial to understand that natamycin is, by its very nature, an antibiotic. Regular, chronic consumption of this chemical, even in the small amounts found on cheese, can have a devastating effect on your delicate and critically important gut microbiome. It can indiscriminately kill off billions of your beneficial gut bacteria, which are the cornerstone of your immune system, digestive health, and even your mental well-being. This creates an internal environment that is ripe for dysbiosis and opportunistic infections. Furthermore, the cheese selected for shredding is almost invariably the lowest quality, driest, and least flavorful cheese available to the manufacturer, and the very act of shredding dramatically increases the surface area of the cheese. This massive increase in surface area leads to rapid oxidation when exposed to air and light, a process that destroys delicate vitamins like A and D and creates harmful inflammatory free radicals. You are, in essence, paying a premium price for a lower quality, chemically treated and nutritionally degraded product that offers inferior taste and a higher risk of microbial contamination, all for the illusion of saving a minute or two of prep time. Finally, we arrive at a cheese that holds a special place in the hearts of many connoisseurs, a cheese celebrated for its bold, pungent flavor and distinctive, marbled appearance. However, for the demographic of individuals over the age of 60, blue cheese, in all its forms, including Roquefort, Stilton, and Gorgonzola, poses a series of significant and often hidden risks that must be carefully considered. The characteristic sharp flavor and aroma of blue cheese come from the inoculation with a specific type of mold, typically from the Penicillium genus. During the aging process, this mold produces a compound called tyramine in extraordinarily high concentrations. For a great number of people, and especially for individuals taking certain common classes of medications, including MAOI inhibitors for depression or drugs for Parkinson's disease, tyramine can trigger severe, debilitating migraines and, more dangerously, a rapid and perilous spike in blood pressure that could potentially lead to a hypertensive crisis, a medical emergency. Beyond the well-documented risk of tyramine, the molds themselves produce a class of compounds called mycotoxins. While the levels present in commercially produced blue cheese are generally considered safe for the average healthy person, regular consumption can lead to a gradual accumulation of these toxins in the body. More importantly, a significant portion of the population has a hidden genetic sensitivity to these mycotoxins, which can lead to a baffling array of mysterious symptoms such as chronic fatigue, persistent joint pain, unexplained skin rashes, and a pervasive brain fog that they and their doctors struggle to diagnose. Blue cheese is also incredibly high in histamines, which are produced during the fermentation process. For the growing number of people with histamine intolerance, consuming blue cheese can trigger an immediate and unpleasant cascade of symptoms, ranging from skin flushing and hives to digestive upset, heart palpitations, anxiety, and even insomnia. Its intensely sharp, salty flavor and high sodium content make it incredibly easy to overconsume, and the saturated fat it contains is particularly high in palmitic acid, a specific type of saturated fatty acid that is known to be more inflammatory and more likely to raise LDL, bad cholesterol levels compared to other fats. When you objectively weigh the potential for significant harm from blood pressure spikes and mycotoxin accumulation to histamine reactions against its minimal and easily obtainable nutritional benefits, indulging in blue cheese becomes a very risky proposition, particularly for an aging body.